I'm Jeannie.
And we're the Loose Thread Stitchers. And today is Tuesday, August 12th, 2025, and it is episode number 42. Can't believe we've done 42 videos. That's amazing to me.
In 3.5 years.
I guess. I don't know, time flies. You're having a good time. What can I say? Okay, any life updates?
Nope. We spent the weekend down in Blue Earth for Welcome Weekend.
Yep, and that was very much fun.
Yeah.
We always have a good time. And we're getting to know quite a few people there.
Yeah.
So
It's like a reunion.
yeah, and it's fun. So we had a really good time.
That was just, with Justine. Anybody who knows Justine will understand this. But my phone, the loud environment went off several times. I'm not blaming Justine.
No. Just because there was a lot of laughing, a lot of talking.
Yep.
It was good.
Very good.
Okay, so I guess we'll just jump right in. And
Both feet.
You have FFO, so you go right ahead.
I do.
You always do.
I do.
I'm up to whips. When we get to whips, you'll see me.
Okay, then you're going to be over. Okay, so this was an old one I had done from the Heart Needle Art by Wendy, Quaker Bloom. I had done this a few years ago, and it was in my bin. But then when we were at Teresa Kogut, our table mate, Mary Beth, gave us these, they're books, but then they're also storage. So this is mine. So I put it on here.
That's very pretty.
A little vintage rickrack I had in my bin, and, so there. This is...
Back.
Oh, yeah, I had to cover that bluebird on the front when I did it.
Mm-hmm.
But I did the stitch, it's over on white Ada, and what they called for DMCs. Yeah. So, it's one of my finishes. Just love it. Thank you, Mary Beth.
And I was watching Teresa Kogut last night, and she showed 2 finishes on books.
Yeah.
They were on Dr. Seuss books.
One was on Dr. Seuss, and that other pumpkin one, or that orange one, wasn't it something about someone goes fishing?
Yeah, it was. But it was orange. Wasn't it orange?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So then I have done 4 little pillows from Nordic Yuletide. And I did them to match.
So are they Christmas? No, they're summer. Because it says Nordic Yuletide.
Yeah, and then, no, Summer House, Stitch Worker.
Oh, Summer House Stitch Works. And the pattern's called Nordic Yuletide.
Yep,
so
but I did them in my colors for downstairs.
Yeah.
So I have done 4 of them so far.
Pretty.
These are nice. I usually, or have had these when I go, when we go over to Black Cat Stitchery in Amory, or when we went to Florida, I had these along because they're on 14 count to make them this size. So then they're easier to have with.
Sure.
And then in this book here, Red Smalls from Twin Peak Primitives, there is a biscronu. Well, I did it in my 564 DMC to match the cupboards.
Pretty.
So there.
You have a special color just for you.
Well, and then I found, I think it's Classic Colorworks. They have one. It's called Fancy Green Nancy.
Could say Fancy Green Jeannie.
Yeah.
Change it to you.
So
that's pretty.
I like the biscronu. And then I've had this finished by My Big Toe, Quaker Rejoice, and I did it on 18 count Molly by Grace Note Fabrics with the called for their Weeks Dye Works.
Was that a Sunday stitch?
Yes.
Yeah. Pretty frame. I know what frame that is because I bought one too.
Yep.
You showed it to me and I bought one too.
And Dean cut it down.
Yeah, it was square.
So.
It's a really pretty frame.
Yeah. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
So those are my finishes.
FFO.
Yep. Fully. Yep. I get that right. Fully finished objects.
Because now you can move on to finishes.
Oh,
I told you I only have whips. You're not listening. Oh my gosh, you finished that?
oh, this, yeah. This is what I did down at Welcome Weekend. And
Yeah.
here again, it's from,
How much did you have started?
I had the upper left-hand corner started,
Okay.
so I know. It's from here, and this is it's going to be the drum.
Oh, okay.
And-
Because you showed that to somebody while you were working on it, and I thought, I don't see it on there. But it makes sense,
Oh.
it was a drum.
Yeah, and I did it on 18 count coffee tea dyed by me, and with silks. It was, I got a hang from Silks for You, and I don't remember what the number
I
was.
don't know if you can see that, but can you see? It's a really variegated red. I mean, it really has cool variegation in it. And everybody was commenting while she was working on it that they really liked her thread.
Well, and then what I did, since I stitch with 2 strands, I wanted to kind of knock down the variation, or think I was, so I folded it.
Oh.
And sometimes it lined up and sometimes it didn't.
Sure, because like in the sewing machine, you could see where the red blends with the darker red.
Yeah.
But yet in other spots, it's stripes of red.
And then I didn't do the complete X's. If there was a row, I'd go over with my first leg and then back with the second
Oh.
to kind of make it not as variegated.
Dated.
I don't know.
It worked. If that's the effect you were looking for, you got it.
I think so. There's enough there.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So then for my, one of my patriotic stitches, I did from Blackbird book, Souvenirs of Summer. I did this one. But I had seen Tracy from OG Stitchery had done it in reds and blues. So I kind of took her idea, but then I changed it a little bit more. And I did this with Roxy Flosco. The red is Smitten, and the blue is How Do You Blue? These were left over from one of the holiday countdowns. So here is my version.
I like the bowl.
Oh yeah, that was Tracy had shown that stripe like that. So, but what I was thinking of doing is, instead of finishing it now, I thought I'd wait until January 1st or so, put my initials, and then the year 2026 on the bottom.
Oh, sure.
So
That makes sense.
it doesn't sound like cheating or anything.
No, because like some of your finishes you showed, you've had for a while. Your FFOs, you just showed that a couple of them you've had done for quite a while.
Yeah, yeah.
So
So,
that's-
and then plus I got a hanger thing, kind of a frame like that needs it long.
Oh, okay.
So it would fit better. Then in May, when we were down in Blue Earth at the Teresa Kogut retreat that Welcome Stitchery Justine had, I was working on Hope and Love. And this is the fundraiser Teresa Kogut did for Lincoln. And I finished it after I got home.
Yeah, nice.
So,
Love the house. The house is great.
and this is done on 18 count antique lace by Seraphin Fabrics with the called for DMC. So, I got some Foley finishing to do.
Well, look at what you did already. It isn't like you don't fully finish.
Yeah. You got to be in the mood for it. It's
yeah,
just
like
kind
you
of.
say, it's nice if you're going to do it to have 2 or 3 or so.
Well, that's what I got that one done now. This one here that I'm going to do the drum. But I'm working on another one. And I'm thinking, okay, do I wait until I get that done and then do 2 drums at one time?
Right.
Because then you're in the,
Well, and you're pulling out all your stuff to do stuff, so.
yeah, I'm watching the tutorials and,
Right, right.
yeah. So those are my finishes.
Okie dokie. Well, now we can move on to whips.
You're up, LeAnn.
I'm up. I'll give you a minute to break to catch your breath. I've been doing these. This is the 5th one. I got the first 4 done. So I started this down at Welcome Stitchery. I just had the W done when I got there. And this is how far I got. And it's 1/1 on 32 count Abecedarian by R&R. And I love that vase. I had a fun time doing the vase. That was fun. The vines get a little tricky when you're talking to people. I don't know how many times I ripped out those vines.
So how did you feel about kind of being a monogamous stitcher there? I mean, to doing just one project. Was that, I mean, did you feel bored or?
No, if I would have gotten bored, I brought 4 things
Right.
with me. So if I really wanted to work on Anton Lufendel, but I was afraid if I miscounted or something, I don't want to get that off. That's my favorite one. I'm in love with that one, and I just didn't want to screw it up.
And you think, okay, we got down there. She has this time opened it up at noon on Thursday. You could start setting up.
Yep.
And then I think each night was stitching till 7.
Mm-hmm.
And then 9 or 9:30 in the morning. So you think, wow, that's so many hours. But you get in your setup, you talk, you go eat, you talk, you see what everyone else is, you talk,
Yep.
a lot of laughing. So stitching time is a smaller percentage.
It is. And the first day, especially like Thursday, you're excited to be there, you set up, then we went and we shopped, and then you finally kind of try to get settled in. But I think just the excitement of the day and stuff, you're kind of antsy, so you get up, and then more people are coming in, so you're talking to them. You haven't seen them in a while. So.
And you're tired because you didn't sleep the night before.
Right. And but this is what all 5 look like, if anybody's.
Are you going to finish with the 5? Are you going to go on to the strawberry?
I might do the strawberry. I don't know if I'll do this. I don't know. I'll have to think about this.
Now, what is that?
It's the
Hornbrook?
Yeah. I don't know if I'll do that or not. I mean, it wouldn't take very. I say it wouldn't take very long, but for me, it takes a long time. But the strawberry, there's not much stitching to the strawberry, so.
And would you have to do that way, that finish?
No, I could make it another pin keep, I think. Yeah, and if it's smaller, I could throw it in the front. But I have this enamel. It's an inset to a roaster. The blue enamel roasters with the white speckles. I found it at one of our shop hop things we went on. And it's just oval and round. It has 2 cute little handles, and they'll all fit in there. And so that's been my goal, is to get them all in there. And the side of that thing that you pull out of the roaster is only maybe an inch and a half tall, so it would, you'd see them.
Right, nothing would hide.
Right, so that's been my whole goal for having these done. So
We have to see after you get those 5 done what room you have left.
Right, and I do think I have room, but
And if you're still interested.
It depends on my motivation, I guess. And then I worked a little more on Rhapsody in Blue, and I just love this. This is on NPI silks, and see, I get knots with NPI silks, but this is where I am. And I did bring this with, and I did do this vine because I thought, well, you're just doing leaves. But I didn't work on it at all. I worked on it from here. This was about what I had done last time, so now I'm going down the side. So when I got home, I worked on more leaves, and then I'll just continue. This will be another flower, and this is another flower like that. So.
And that's monochromatic with that.
Yeah,
silk,
it's monochromatic blue, and this is on. I think it's on. I can tell you what it's on. It's on my bag. It's Rhapsody in Blue, and it is on 40 Count Heirloom by Needlebling. And it has some variegation in it.
Mm-hmm.
It has some lightly little tanny little blotches, but that's it. But see, it's silk, and I thought, oh good, maybe I won't get knots, but no, I get knots. Now, this is my Anton Oofendel, and I have to tell you, this thing is my favorite by far of any cross stitch I've done so far since I came back to cross stitch. I am in heaven when I'm working on this. I love the colors. I don't get any knots. The pattern's very easy. She has very big, very beautiful patterns, and I did have to blow it up not blow it up, but copy it and then tape it, because the way she's got the pages in the book going, to me that was confusing.
So many people I have been watching lately say they really get goofed up at page changes.
Yeah, and I like a 6-inch hoop or a 7-inch hoop. That's as big as I want to go anytime. I mean, there's been times where I've done an 8-inch hoop for somehow something was big and I wanted to work on the whole thing. But 6 or 7 inches is kind of my go-to hoop, and I have a ton of them now. But so what happened is when I was doing the corner, I do have a thread there, I'm sorry, but I'll show you this. This is how far I am now. So see, I've come down and I've crossed over. Now what I'm going to do is start up here, and I want to meet down in this corner is my goal. But when I was doing this corner, I came around, and because I'm in a 6-inch hoop and all of this is wound up around my hoop, I didn't notice, but I had the wrong page. So all of a sudden when I took it apart, I had two flowers facing out. And then I had a really weird angle going down. I don't know what I did, but that was 3 nights of work. So I was so mad. I was just furious. I mean, I was grumbling and mumbling, what the heck am I doing cross-stitching? Why am I cross-stitching? It's just frustrating. And so then it took me 3 nights of stitching, but it took me 2 nights to get it all out because I was so mad I had to put it away for a few minutes. Then I brought it out the next night, and then I wanted to be really careful ripping it out because I didn't want to wreck the fabric, and I was still mad, and I thought, don't screw this up.
Did that take up your allotted time for the month?
Well, 5 days. Took me 5 days to redo that, then I had to restart again and redo the corner, and that's when I thought, screw this, I'm going to go up and copy all the pages. So that's what I did is I taped together the pages.
Excuse her language.
Down and over so that I knew I was on the right page, because the way she's got them in the book, it looks like you're working on the right page, but you're not. And I was even following, there was a tree, and I thought, okay, there's the tree. Well, on the other side, there's a tree, so you're following the wrong tree. I was so mad. I don't know how many times I told Jeannie, I said, I am just so mad. I feel like I'm going to rip my hair out. Because I just love this. But I've had no knots. And I just love it. I love the silk. That particular silk, for whatever reason, it's beautiful. It has sort of a glistening to it. It has just a nice, it doesn't fall out of your needle. I mean, I am in heaven except for my mistake. Had nothing to do with the thing itself. It's me. But now I've copied all the pages, and I just add a page when I need to, and then I just fold the other, I just keep it taped and fold it down, because I will use it when I'm in the middle working on it too.
So now you don't have an excuse.
No, now and hopefully I won't make that big of a mistake again. Jeez, that was bad. I was so mad. I was just livid. I was mad. I was like, I'm giving it up. I'm not doing this anymore. This isn't worth the frustration. I'm calm now. I'm better. You would think. Those are my whips.
Okay. Well, from some odd reason, I pulled out Cats on Parade. I had started this last fall, and I got 1 cat done. And I just thought it's monochromatic, so sometimes that's kind of more, I don't know if you call it comfort, or you can ease out the night with it. So I finished up the fence, and then I started across the top in the moon. So maybe this year, and this is going to be a drum, so that's what I was thinking of waiting and doing the two drums together.
Oh, sure. I didn't know what other drum you were talking about, but that makes sense. Yeah.
So
I remember when you started that.
Yeah, I think we were down in Osage.
Yeah, that's a nice orange. It's not real bright.
It is.
It's a very nice. Oh, and Anton Lufendel, I'm working. It's 40 count butter pecan by Lakeside Linen.
Wow. Oh, I have the slip laying around here. Oh, it's Rogue fabric, 18 count. The color is Asian.
Yeah, that's a pretty.
So it's softer.
It's softer and it has a little tanner brown in it. It's a very nice. That's about.
It's kind of a dreamsicle like.
Yeah, that's a good. You got a good representation there of the color.
Yeah.
Yeah. It isn't that knockdown, drag out, stare at you in your face orange. It's a but I'm more prim, so that's perfect for me.
And then this was years ago because Justine was still in her old shop when we were down there for one of the welcome weekends. I had gotten the Erica Michaels 12 Days of Christmas Strawberries. There's 4 charts or 4 envelopes with 3 in each. Yeah, do a couple a month. So I finally started this, the first one. There's a lot of stitching in there.
Yep.
And it's on 18 count, 8 of that I coffee tea dyed by myself. So
are you going to do them all the same?
Yes, that's my plan right now.
Okay.
I got more pieces of this.
Oh, okay.
So I thought I could get 2 and then the other 4.
Yep.
So, but I like it. It's just that, you get done a night of stitching and it's like, oh, didn't I have that all done before I started? It doesn't, I don't see the progress.
Yeah. See,
but
that's sampler stitching is.
Maybe not this year.
Yeah, it's more stitching, yep.
Yeah. So those are my whips.
Those are cute though.
Yeah, I'm anxious because I like strawberries. Mm-hmm. And maybe this pear tree is just more stitching than some of the others.
It does. It seems like it looks like it.
Yeah.
I don't know what's on the other side of these, but these look a little more lighter. So you're probably doing, which I would have done. I would have done the heaviest one first.
Oh, I wanted to do number 1.
Right.
But okay. So there's, I think, 11 or 12 pairs on leaves, and then there's 5 or 6 others. Why does the pear tree need 17 pairs? Why couldn't it just have 3 or 4?
Well, how about 12? I mean, it's the 12 days of Christmas.
Yeah, but it's the first day. The partridge is in the pear tree. So
right.
Why?
Yeah, I don't know.
I suppose it filled up the strawberry. Who am I to, question,
Maybe
except
that's
that
what
it's
she
taken
needed
long.
is that width across the top to get the point down on the bottom.
Yeah.
That's probably what it was. Good guess.
And I'm doing it with the called for Weeks Dye Works. So, but I'm running out. I'm going to have to get, I don't know if I'm going to have enough for all 12. That might determine, No. Okay. There, that's that.
Okay, whip. So now we move on to haul. You want me to go first or you want to go first? Okay, so most of this, well, I'll show you what I got at Justine's. She had this, the Patriot, God Bless the USA. It says, and patriotic tweet, I get it. It's 2. So these are the 2. I love that basket and the bird and the flowers. I mean, there wasn't pretty much anything I didn't like about it, so I got that. This is Mr. Farrer's Confession. And there's 2 things, I don't know. It says, my heart is and always will be yours. And I mean, I can't stand that house. That house is just amazing with all of that stuff on it. I can stand it. It's so, and then the 2 swans, I love swans. So there was nothing about this that I didn't like. But the side of that house was, oh my gosh, I love it. And then, should I show them this from my phone? What that looks like?
Oh.
And then I got Stitchy Spot, which I thought was a market release, but it's not. So
Stitchy Spot. Oh, okay. I was reading the back.
And then this is Stitchy Spot 2 on the back, which I thought, oh my God, did I get the wrong pattern? I didn't notice.
So it came together?
Yeah, this is the way it came.
Oh.
It's a skinny mini pattern. Yeah,
Right.
they're both skinny mini patterns.
Nice.
What was the one? I must have forgot it. One we were all waiting for that came.
Oh, Quilty Tiny Town?
Yeah, the Quilty Tiny Tom. I forgot to pull it out of my bag.
Oh my God, you would not believe the hullabaloo down there.
And Mary kept, because she got the box on Friday. She said it might be coming this weekend. And so we were all kind of excited because there were several of us that wanted it. Well, the box came. But Justine was really busy on Friday, so it took her a while to get the box open. And Mary wanted to open the box for her. And then Mary told her I was the one making her come in there and bug her. And that's not true at all. I had to go tell
she had pre-orders and stuff, so it wasn't all up for grabs.
Right.
The way I understood
and
it.
Somehow I was being thrown under the bus. So it was kind of amazing.
I love you, Mary.
Yeah. I had to redeem myself to Justine because I had nothing to do with it. So then the other thing I got where I found a couple of these, but I still have to find more. They are, did I do that wrong?
Salt box.
They're salt, here it is. I found this on Pinterest, and they're the salt box house patterns.
They look like Polaroids.
Yeah, the lady put the little black corners on even, so like and she took off the wide bottom, because the pattern, that's what I want to do, is I want to do that. So I found the summer salt boxes, and see, the lady took off this part, because that is stitched, and then she put those little black corners on them. So there's the summer one. And then Justine had the spring one, so I still have to find 2 more.
Oh, okay. 2 for each season.
Yeah, there's 2 for each season, but that's what I want to do with those. And then from 123 Stitch, 123 Stitch had 20% off of Hands Across the Sea, so I got Isabella, who is a sister to Anton, because I want to hang them both side by side. So the thing about Sarah. Oh my gosh, there's 9 million silks in here. And I got some on 123 Stitch, and then I bought a bunch at Justine's, but Justine was still missing one. So I'm still missing one, but there's a kahuna amount of
The sisters didn't share their threads.
Obviously not. There's only 3 same threads from Sarah to Anton. Everything else is different. But I love this. Now I have to find more pecan butter.
There's like 32 of them.
Yeah, there's a ton of threads in this one, which is amazing to me. I just didn't know that. But I want to hang them side by side, and I know exactly where I'm going to hang them. So I really do want to make this one too. I was excited to get this. And then I showed you this last time that I wanted to work on this one for the 250th whatever. And I had all the threads, and I had fabric picked out, Milk and Honey by Seraphim, and I just wasn't too sure about it. So I brought it down to Justine's, and on Thursday, when they weren't real busy, Justine was over by the cutting table, and I had picked out 3 more fabrics for it. And I brought them to her, and I said, Justine, what do you think? You know, I showed her my Milk and Honey from Seraphim, and I said, I'm not really that happy with this fabric. And she kind of grabs my arm, and she goes, oh, LeAnn, we're at a retreat, and we saw this lady working on it, and she was working on it it was Boston fabric. So, and as Missy says, Boston. She was teaching me at the Teresa Koget retreat how to say Boston. I was doing pretty good. I haven't worked on it, but it's Boston. I can't even say. Anyway, it's Boston fabric. And she said it was gorgeous. It was absolutely gorgeous. So then she ran over to where she has her hanging fabric. She goes, oh my gosh, I don't have any. And I said, yeah, you do, because it was one of the 3 I had picked up to show her. And she goes, oh, you have to do it on it. So, and then she was all excited. She says, yeah, I want to do it on it too. I said, well, here's the fabric. But this is Boston fabric. So
Okay, is that the color?
Yeah. That's
Okay,
the
and
color.
it's by...
Seraphim again.
Oh, okay.
And I got 40 count, and you need a half yard. So this is what I'm doing it on. And it was done on tin roof. Yeah, tin roof, 35 count tin roof. But I had tin roof, and I didn't like it on it. It was too dark. So this really is perfect, and it does have, it has modeling, and it does have sort of a blue tinge to it. So the only thing is there's one color in there, and it's called Dolphin by Weeks, and I showed it to Jeannie, and I said there's going to be a lot of parts of this that are not going to show up because it has a gray variegation in with it.
The lighter, we kind of pulled it apart.
Yeah, and it disappears. I mean, it totally disappeared. So then I went and I found another blue to replace that. So I was very happy. So you'll probably see a start on this next time, I would hope. I would hope. That's kind of my goals. So I do believe those are my...
Okay.
That was my haul. I think that's...
Other than assorted flosses.
Yeah, I got some flosses, but and like I say, I forgot that quilty town. I mean, it's the towns, the
Tiny
towns, and it's the quilt one. And well, oh well.
I hope you haven't misplaced it after all you went through.
No. See, what I did is in 2 weeks we're going down to Osage. We're going down to the Stitchery Nook for 3 days. So I just kind of took out of my bag what I needed to, but I kept that bag packed because I don't want to forget anything.
Actually, a week from Thursday.
Yeah, and I know I had everything because when I was down at Welcome Stitchery, I wasn't missing anything. So I thought I'm just leaving it alone because I know it's ready to go then, except for my projects. That's it. That's all I pulled out were my 4 bags. That's it. So it's ready. It's all sitting there. I'm not gonna. And so I know that pattern is in there. I think it's probably in between one of something. Who knows? It's in there.
Yeah.
Okay, you're up.
When we were stitching at Black Cat Stitchery in Amory, Wisconsin last month, I picked this up, Tropic Troop. But what I'm going to have to do, there's a couple places that are over 1. And being I stitch it on Ada, I'm going to have to kind of, because the baby flamingo's head. So that is going to take a little more work. And then when we were down at Justine's, I got some fabric. I think I already put it away or kitted it up, and I got some more, a lot of floss. But then walked by, and here was this book. So I thought, okay, there are 10 designs in here. And what's interesting with a lot of the designs for biscronu, there really isn't a lot of backings. They said to use it or to convert another one. I don't want to stitch a full one on the back. I know one of our viewers had commented about making them reversible. Well, I kind of want to stack them up like here. So then that kind of...
Can you just do those corners?
Yeah, that's what they said, to kind of, like you don't do them all.
Right.
And I did that on another one I'm working on now. But these were taken from the LeAnn That I Love sampler.
Yeah, and that's the one I want to work on.
Yeah. So I might, if there's 10 designs in here, that's a possible 10 biscronu or 5.
Correct.
But so I'm thinking try to do one like every other month now for next year. Yeah, some of hers do have...
Oh, it's done in red fabric.
The bottom is.
Oh, that's the bottom?
Yeah, some of them show...
Oh, like
like that one's done in blue.
Blue on the bottom.
Yeah.
Oh, there. It's done in red there. Okay.
Yeah, and there's the blue.
Oh.
So it's different fabric.
Okay.
You can see that. The bottom one, it has red.
Oh.
And the one above that has the blue.
Yeah.
And the top two has the same fabric on top and bottom.
Okay.
So, yeah. So that will be another little thought process, or because I don't want to stitch it all. I don't want to waste the time or the fabric or the floss if I'm not going to
flip them.
Yeah. You know, if they were hanging like on a tree, but no. So, I don't know right now. Oh, they're so fun. And then LeAnn got me one of these. Missy showed this on her Flosstube from, where did you go?
I went to Walmart and Target, but they both had them.
Yeah, so now what am I going to put in here? And then it was Justine's Welcome Stitchery's 4th anniversary. And she always does a chart. And this year's designer was JBW Designs. So you can pre-order the box. And it comes with, here is the design, the chart.
And then you showed it to me at the store and she had 2 different colors.
Yes, because she sent it with the charted colors, which, are these 3.
Right, there's green, red, and pink.
And then Justine's colors are 2-tone blue and a green.
Yeah, right. Justine, good job.
So that came with that. It came with needle bling fabric. It came with
Could you choose
counts.
Oh,
you could choose your counts.
Okay.
Yep. And it came with
Oh, nice. That's beautiful. Wow.
needle box. And then it came with needles.
Needles.
And it came in all in this cloth bag.
Oh, and there's flannel.
Flannel and this. And they said you can use this for future finishings.
Oh.
And it had cording.
Nice.
So that could all. And then we got a part of Blue Earth. We got a sprout.
Sprout. Oh, cute sprout.
So, yeah, because it was... I want to make sure. Yeah, the fabric is Heirloom by Needle Bling Designs.
Oh, it's heirloom again. Okay.
So, yeah. So I haven't started that yet. I'm thinking...
Well, you've got your little extra fabric
Yeah,
on there.
I did stitch it. You know, I like to put extra fabric around the Ada so that I can move the hoop and not run out of the hoop.
So you're ready to go, kiddo.
Yep, because I don't think it's going to be a very...
Big one.
No, just
For
finish
you
it.
know, it'll take...
But what I'm having a little difficulty deciding is which color wave. Justine's or Judy's. Justine's or Judy's. So
I would think you would pick Judy's.
that was my first, but then I thought I was going to hang it in the front bedroom, and we've got this cabinet in there that's stained a dark blue.
Oh.
So I thought...
Well, then I would do Justine. And I would do Justine.
Yes.
I wouldn't have to hesitate a second. Yeah.
Yeah.
Justine's version is very beautiful.
So that's kind of why I haven't started it.
You got some, 3 things you have...
Yes, I got to make decisions.
I know. That's a difficult thing to do.
I just want to pick up and stitch. That's maybe I'll go back to my whips.
Yeah, and then you can think, and then something will hit you. That's what happens to me is I'll be working on, oh, okay, I figured it out. Or, yeah, because it kind of calms your brain down, and you can kind of just mull it over.
Yeah.
Okay, so then, do you have any plans?
No, I don't. You know, that's what we were talking about before, and you know, I don't know yet. I don't know if it's Missy from Two Needles Pulling Thread that she was saying she's going to try to do a patriotic month or work on them, or I don't know that, and I don't know. Sometimes that is more work if it's not your comfort zone at the time.
Yeah, because if you're an in-season stitcher, it gets hard to work out of season.
Yeah.
Right.
I would like to work on whips, I guess.
Yeah, I want to keep working on Anton, and then...
What's going to be your small? You're going to keep...
I'll probably keep working on this. It's small enough, I think. Well, I'm not going to say I'll have it done by next month. Who knows what trouble I'll get myself into. But, I mean, I got pretty far on it.
Well, and if you take it down to Osage, we're going down to the stitchery nook, like she said next week.
So, it's pretty small. So, I'm hoping to get that one
So
done.
right now, do you say you got about a fourth of it done, about a third?
Maybe a third.
Okay.
There is a satin stitching across the bottom. They all have it. So, maybe it's a quarter. Oh, and see, there's berries underneath. Do you think I'm a quarter?
Oh.
I got the bird done.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it's a third. I don't know. Somewhere between a quarter and a third. So I'll keep working on this, definitely. And I will bring it with, whether I continually work on it or not. I don't know. It'll depend on if I get bored or not. And I'm going to keep working on Rhapsody Blue and Antong. And then I would like to start the patriotic one. But that's not going to be...
The big one or a small?
No, that's a big one.
Okay.
I'd like to start it. I have everything for it now. There's no reason not to. And I'm kind of excited to see what it looks like on that fabric.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they all said, and then Shannon was there, which is Justine's friend Shelly. It's Shelly's sister. And she said it was beautiful. And Shelly said the same thing. They all said it was really beautiful on that fabric. So that's kind of egging me on to start it to see what it looks like. So that's kind of my plans. Oh, and then, we're going to move on to quilting. Okay, so plans are done.
Do you want to double up on that?
No.
Okay.
So I'll move on to turtle tidbits. So turtle tidbits, last time I talked about, the turtles were out laying eggs and everything. And Amy, one of our comments was, she wanted to know because I talked about sometimes the turtles come out, the early turtles that lay their eggs kind of early in the year, they'll come out sometimes and lay a second clutch. And a clutch is what the group of eggs is called. So Amy wanted to know, are the egg characteristics different on the second clutch? So they hibernate, or do they stop forming under certain temps? And here in Minnesota, what happens is, say the turtle comes out, turtles lay eggs here in the month of June. So if they come out like into July and lay that second clutch, that's about as late as they would lay a second clutch. There's still time for those eggs to hatch. So those eggs will hatch in the hole, but the turtles just won't come out. They will stay in that hole, and they will actually freeze over the winter. And then long about April, May, they will come out of the hole and go on their merry way. And that's why a lot of times in Minnesota and Wisconsin, you will see people finding baby turtles in April and May. And they don't stay in the egg. There's plenty of time for that egg to hatch. They just don't come out of the hole. And I tried to research all month long. I tried to research what characteristic makes them come out of the hole, and nobody was really talking about it. So my guess, and this is just a guess, is when the ground warms up. When the ground warms up, they know it's time to go. And so then they'll dig out. And a lot of times here, you'll see them come out like after like one of those soaking rain days, because then it's easier for them to get out. Because where I live, and Jeannie's more in sand here, and Isanti, whereas I'm in clay. And those turtles cannot get out unless something happens to warm up and wet that ground for them to dig out. Because there's one time where my neighbor and I put a little dome over some turtle eggs, and we literally had to take chisels to get them out of the ground when we thought, because they weren't coming out, and I said, well, we're past even 80 days. So we literally took chisels and dug them out, and they were all very active. They wanted out. I mean, so then I took them to a lake and let them go, but they wouldn't have been able to get out. And I don't know how long they can survive in a hole once they hatch, and I don't know that answer. But I don't know. I tried to find out too, because I wondered if they hatch early enough and their yolk sac that goes into their belly and then their belly seals, they can live off of that yolk in their body for up to 2 weeks. So then I don't know if they eat those eggshells or not, or if the eggshells just, because I've kept an eggshell just to see how long it lasts. They get real powdery even in a couple days. They just kind of turn to powder. So I don't know if they eat those, but any hibernating turtle does not eat. So they, and they said, my research says that baby turtles can totally freeze and thaw out in the spring and go on their merry way.
I know my favorite granddaughter found a turtle this spring in their yard. And she texted me right away and said, "What do I do with it?" And I said, "Take it to water."
Yeah.
Because just down, they could go across the street and down a hill, there was water. And so she said, "I brought it down there and swam away real fast."
Yeah, that's what they do. Yeah. Yep, so that's my answer for you, kiddo, is they don't stay in the egg. They hatch, and then they just stay in the hole. They know to stay in the hole because it's cold. And I'm sure when they hatch out, they're probably starting to move really slow. I don't think they're not like the active ones you see during the summer when they're hatching.
And then Stacy had asked about what you know of the Minnesota Turtle app.
And I looked up the turtle app, and the turtle app is for you if you're spotting in Minnesota. If you spot turtles, they want you to put in where you spotted them, and there's questions for you to fill out. But when I was looking for the app wasn't active yet. It was supposed to become active, they said, in September. So I have not seen the app active yet, at least for us yet. And it isn't for them to give you information. I'm sure there's some information on there, but the way it sounded when I looked up the information I could find on it was that it was for people to report where they were finding turtles. Because I think they want to know where turtles are. And painted turtles are the most, they're not having a problem. They're not endangered. They're not, and there's 4 different kinds. We have the western painted turtle, there's the eastern, there's the southern, and then there's the mid one. And so painted turtles are pretty adaptive. They like ponds, they like lakes. They don't need any specific things to stay alive. They seem pretty...
They've been doing it for years and years.
Yeah, they have been. And so and I know snappers, they said, are going to go on the protective list pretty soon. But that's just because people are running them over. I mean, if somebody sees a snapper, man, you can see him. I mean, this snapper was almost off the bridge into the water, and somebody, deliberately drove their car over them. And it's stuff like that.
Well, and didn't you say some people, you got to be careful that they don't always want snappers back in their lake?
Yeah, because if I hatch snapper eggs, if somebody calls me and I dig up their snapper eggs and I hatch them, I go at night and I let them go, because people will get really mad at me. You're not putting those in our lake. And people, you have snappers in your lake, whether you know it or not. And snappers, last year I talked about snappers, and I think maybe next time I'll talk about them too, because we do have new subscribers, and I'll tell you the difference in snappers to other turtles and why they are how they are. So maybe that'll be next month's, because I am kind of, I don't know, Jeannie will have to reel me in then again, because I get, these things these are prehistoric animals. They've been around, and dinosaurs didn't even survive, and these guys have. And snappers are kind of one of the more prehistoric looking turtles. So I'll talk about them next time.
Stay tuned.
Yeah. Okay, turtle tidbits are done. Quilting. The only thing for quilting I have is I made a bag. It's a Halloween bag, because I found this fabric, I really like it. And then this is they had all different designs. It's like borders for the whole fabric. So I just cut out part of it and put it up there. And I did make another one that has a really cool thing. You'll see it next month, because I didn't cut the back long enough and I ran out of fabric. But Jeannie gave me an idea, so I will fix that. Okay, that's all I have for quilting.
Okay, this quilt behind us is a Jane Austen panel. I didn't do the quilt. I was able to find the panel, and then the border you can see the borders. That's also panel part. So
Yeah, she didn't piece this. It's all...
yeah, so I was able just to, you know, put the two together and get it quilted in 250th celebration of the birth of Jane Austen. So, and then I just did it all over stipple on it. So that's that. And then the one behind on the wall, design wall, I don't know what that is. I seen it.
I don't know what that is.
Well, I seen it somewhere.
It just appeared on my wall.
Well, actually, I was out in the pole barn going through things, and I found this bin. And so you use the 45 kaleidoscope wedge
Oh boy.
ruler. Let's see, can I do it this way? Can you see that?
Yep.
And then you just cut a certain size. Well, and I had a note in there. But then you sew 8 of them together. And these are all just scraps that I had. So I got a bunch of these cut. So I found them. I had, I don't know how many blocks already finished. And then I put little skinny, kind of a lime greenish.
Yep. Oh, yeah, because those are actually all sewed. See, from when I look at it, it looks like you just left a space. But
No,
you got
one of
green
these
in it.
little.
Okay.
So I got it to that part, and I still have like, I don't know, a couple dozen blocks made, and then tons of those triangles. So I don't know if I should keep going, or if I should make a couple smaller lab. I don't know. That's just something yeah.
Jeannie's really good at that. She just creates her own quilt. She does that a lot.
And then when we were, up at our Hexie class that we take, a couple of the gals, Michelle was one of them, had these stitching pillows. And it was a biscronu, a stuffed biscronu. Well, we were talking about it down at Welcome Weekend, and a couple of the ladies had said there's tutorials. And I went in, and it's the Quilt Roadies. Anna does a biscronu stitching pillow tutorial. And she uses 2 squares of fabric and then assembles them by machine like you do the biscronu.
Yep.
Well, I was down in the basement where my stash is, and I found this little bin with Silver War fabrics in it. And we had done a quilt years ago, and it was 1.5-inch strips. So I had a bunch of squares in that. And I was going to put them in with another project. Well, I found, I think it was 33 blocks. And they were, right here.
Yep.
So they were 9 patches and then a small border. I thought, okay. So I sewed 2 16 by 16 together, quilted it, and then made it, where's my handle, into a biscronu stitch pillow.
That's really pretty. But see, I love it because it's also work.
But it's never end. You know how the biscronu, when it sets like this, you have the other one coming up a different design.
This one you can't tell.
So this is just infinite.
Yeah, but it's really pretty.
And then they showed how to put a handle on.
Yep.
I'm debating whether, biscronus usually are gathered at the center with buttons. I'm debating whether to do that or not. Because like Anna in the Stitch Roadie said, yeah, she made one because she, in the RV. She says, when you're doing like French knots or different things, you can poke your needle into here when you're done.
Mm-hmm.
And it rests your arms so that your shoulders and neck. But it's just kind of like, I think it's kind of like a puzzle. Where does it start and where does it end?
So I borrowed her square so I could write it down and stuff. I'll give it back to her on Friday.
And then in our Hexie class,
which is where they use those pillows.
Yes. And it's another one where it's just a group of ladies that get together and stitch with English paper piecing.
Right.
So I was working on one the last couple times. This was my project.
Yep.
A stocking.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's really cute.
So, and I hand quilted it. I'll do it real quick. But this was a kit we had gotten on a shop hop. I think this was from Sweetwater in Painesville.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah. So this is a fully finished.
Yeah, that's really cute.
What the favorite grandkids like to do at Christmas, well, we used to do it at the other place, is I would have like 50 little stockings. This would probably be on the big side, all around the house. And normally I'd put some cash in there. But the last couple years we did a scavenger hunt, and there'd be clues in each one. Then they'd have to go to the next one to find the clue, and they'd have to bring all the clues to me in numerical order to get the cash payout. Well, I wrote it the first year in cursive, and they couldn't read it.
Oh.
So now they're getting older, they can read it. But that was, yeah, it was kind of fun to get that finished.
Yeah, do you know what you're going to work on now, next?
Oh, at the Hexie, or the paper piecing?
Because that's always been your toughest part, is working on Hexies.
I like to do, I think, another project bag. I got some Hexies already, you know, ready to go.
Oh, okay.
They're bigger than this.
Yep. Yeah, they're I think they're inch and a half.
Yeah. They're like the other ones I did.
Yep.
Yeah, so I don't know. But I don't have to worry about that for a couple weeks.
Nope.
It'd be 2 weeks from today, isn't it?
Yeah, because it's Tuesday. Yeah. Couple weeks, you said, is right. So.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
So I think that is...
I think our table is rearranged and we're done.
We've touched everything.
Yeah, we did. So Friday we're going to go to Orinoco, and that's a town south Minnesota. So it's all they're all antiques. So you go there and it's all antiques, and then from there we'll go down to Rochester, because at the fairgrounds they have Gold Rush days, and so then we'll do both of those in one day. And then the next week, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, we're at the Stitchery Nook with a group of our FaceTime friends to stitch for 3 days. So.
Orinoco in Rochester is similar to Walnut that we went to in June, Walnut, Iowa.
Because Orinoco, the whole little town, is all antiques.
And they have the best homemade ice cream sandwiches.
Oh my gosh. Oh, because the chocolate is cookie-like. It's crispy. When you bite into it, it's so good. And the ice cream is homemade.
But, you know, you got to eat it there. You can't bring them home, you know, like kettle corn or something.
And they're all cut kind of funky because it's like they're homemade. I mean, and they're...
You got to stand in line to get them.
Yeah, when you bite in, it sinks because it's thick.
No, the last time I was there, I think they had 2 flavors.
They did. They had a mint
chocolate chip?
Yeah, there was mint chocolate chip in the middle and then vanilla. And I just got the vanilla because it's so... I've been trying to figure out how to make that outer...
Oh, yeah.
Because it's kind of cookie-like. It's kind of chewy, but it's crispy. I don't know how else to describe it.
It's like a real thin brownie. Yeah.
Yeah, it's very thin, and it's chocolatey. I mean, it's really good.
Stick to your fingers good.
Oh, it's so good. So that'll be... I look forward to that.
So we don't always go just for the haul.
No. And then I've never been with you, to tell you the truth. You and I have never gone.
Not to Orinoco, no. We usually went with the husbands.
Yeah. So now we'll go together. So that'll be interesting where we eat, because you and Dean used to eat at the firehouse or something.
No, I ate... We would do different things.
Okay.
I always liked the pork chop on a stick.
Okay. No, that's what we usually get at Walnut, is a pork chop.
Oh, that was... Well, I always got shredded, I think, at Walnut.
Oh, and I got a whole one.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't remember.
On a bun. The first year it was a bun. And then they went to shredded.
Yeah. And this one here, they say pork chop on a stick, but you can get it on a bun.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
No,
so
I don't know.
I'm good as long as it's normal food. I'm good. Don't give me anything weird.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's all we got for this month, gang.
And thanks, everybody, for tuning in and for subscribing and liking and commenting and all the
we
new
love
subscribers.
comments. If you have any more questions, turtle questions, that helps me with turtle tidbits, too, if I can answer people's questions. So Just let me know if anybody's got any more questions. So we'll see you in a month. Okay, gang. Nice to see you again.
Bye.
Bye.